Hello everyone, and welcome to the Can Do Dad. Today we're talking about one of my all-time favorites, beer. In this video, I'll show you how to bottle your own homebrew. And for this project, we'll be working with a 5-gallon small batch IPA, which should produce about 50 bottles. So let's get started. We're now at the sanitation stage. We'll take a tablespoon of our sanitizer mix. We'll add that with 1 gallon of warm water, and we'll mix that right into our bottling bucket. And we'll use this to sanitize our bottles, caps, and all other equipment that we'll use for our bottling day today. Okay, so we have our sanitizer mixed into our bottling bucket, and we'll start the process now of sanitizing and cleaning our bottles. This is a 5-gallon bucket, so I can typically get 3 bottles in here at a time. A couple of things to bear in mind while you're doing this process. You want to be sure that your bottles are fully submerged. You also want to make sure that your bottles sit in the sanitizer solution for at least 2 minutes. It's also a good opportunity to check your nozzle and make sure that it's not leaking before you transfer your beer into your bottling bucket. Once you're done sanitizing your bottles, it's time to move on to the next phase. We're going to sanitize our caps, our hose, our bottle filler, and last but not least, our cap press. Now that we're done sanitizing all of our equipment, it's time to take our hydrometer reading before we transfer our beer into the bottling container. And we'll just let that sit. At this stage, we're now ready to transfer our beer. You can see that we've taken the lid off of the fermenter. We have also attached the transfer hose, and we have everything set up for our bottling bucket, which has been sanitized and cleaned. Now, we just flip the nozzle and let gravity do the rest of the work. Another quick tip here is to put your transfer hose in a little bit kind of a circular pattern so that you reduce the amount of bubbling that you just don't want in your bottling bucket as you transfer that from your fermenter. As you get towards the bottom here, in transferring from the fermenter to your bottling bucket, you'll want to be sure to turn the nozzle off before you get down into some of that sediment. Here we have our priming solution or priming sugars. You have 2 options. You can add this to the bottom of your bottling bucket before you transfer your beer, or you can add it after you've transferred your beer. Just make sure that you give it a little bit of a mix with a sanitized spoon. The important part is this: the priming solution and priming sugar is what carbonates the beer as your beer conditions in its bottles over the next 1 to 2 weeks. We have now attached our transfer hose, and we've also attached our bottle filler. So now it's time for the fun part of transferring this beer into bottles. Now we're ready for the fun part, bottling the beer. We're going to use our bottle filler here. And before I fill it, just a couple of things to know. You're just gonna press the bottle filler down firmly to the bottom of the beer bottle. And once it rises to the top, you just pull it out. What will happen is that with a bottle filler, when you pull the bottle filler out, it will automatically leave some headspace. And the headspace is a difference between the level of the beer in the bottle and the top of the cap. So each of these will be uniform as you go through this. So let's go ahead and pour one now. Okay, we're about halfway done filling this first bottle. Periodically, you want to check your nozzle and just make sure that everything's tight and it's not leaking. We're getting towards the top. Okay, and we just pull it out and we have perfect headspace right there. Now let's cap our beer bottles. You're just gonna take a cap that's been sanitized, place it right on the top, and you're just gonna line up your cap press. You'll hear the magnet click, and then you just wanna give it a firm, steady, slow squeeze all the way down. And that's it. We'll do one more here. Line up our cap. You hear the magnet click. Get a good grip, slow, steady pressure down, and you'll just feel the cap tighten. That's it. I hope that content was helpful and that your home brewing is going great. I would certainly appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And remember, if I can do it, I promise you can too. Until next time, my friends, have a blessed day.